Miss Lang. I'm one of the school counselors here at Corporate Landing Middle School. Today I'm going to talk to you about expunging a high school credit course and what that means and what that looks like. Today's lesson is going to define the word expunge. We're having a grade point average refresher course. Then we're going to talk about high school transcripts and what they look like. We're going to talk about the impact grades have, or your GPA has, on your future, and who should expunge classes and what the expungement process looks like for Virginia Beach schools. The Virginia Board of Education allows parents to request, in middle school only, that grades in high school credit-bearing courses may be omitted from the transcript. What does expunge mean? Take a look at the eraser. That's a hint. Expunge means to erase or completely remove something unwanted or unpleasant. An example of this in middle school would be an E, a final grade of an E earned in Algebra 1 honors. That would be something you don't want on your transcript. Maybe a D in earth science. That's also something you might not want on your transcript. Would you want an A as a final grade in Spanish 1 high school credit class? Absolutely. You would not want to expunge that. Grade point average. You've learned this in the 6th grade and the 7th, and I'm sure that you've had a refresher on it in the 8th grade. Your grade point average is an indicator to colleges, prospective employers, and also people that might be looking at you for a scholarship. It's an indicator to them what kind of student you are. If you have a grade point average of 4.0, that is considered a perfect grade point average. If you have a 1.0, that is a below average grade point average. We're going to learn more about this here in a minute. There are points assigned to each grade you earn. Here in the Virginia Beach school system, every A is worth 4 points. Every C plus is worth 2.3 points. And every F or E here in our school system is worth 0 points. Grade point averages in the 2-point range are lower are hard to bring up no matter how many other high grades you get later on. You have to get approximately 20 A's to negate 1 E. What is a GPA? This is how it's calculated. GPA is a grade point average, and everyone has one of these on your transcript. And you'll see more of this when you get to high school. So say this person made an A, a B, an A minus, and a B plus. Each of these has a number assigned to it. When you add all these numbers up, you get 14. Then you divide by the number of grades you have, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 14 divided by 4 equals 3.5. I have a video that illustrates this much better. Let's go ahead and watch it.
Calculating your GPA is very important, and it's actually very easy to do. Each letter is given a numerical equivalent. A's are worth 4 points, B's are worth 3 points, C's are worth 2 points, D's are worth 1 point, and E's are worth 0 points. Just add up the numbers that you have, divide them by the number of classes you took, and you have your GPA.
So let's do an example. Let's take this student, let's call him Jack. Here are his grades at interims. Science, A. English, A. TV serial, B. Math, A. PE, C. Social studies, C. French, A. Now let's calculate his GPA.
So let's look at Jack's interim grades. You can see here that we've added the points for each one of his letter grades. He ends up with a total of 23 points. We take that 23 points and we divide it by 7, and Jack now has a GPA of 3.28.
Now let's take the same student 2 weeks later after making up his missing assignments and using the help of the homework book. Science is still an A, English A, TV Studio A, B. He is still catching frisbees with his mouth, B. Social Studies A, Foreign Language A. Now let's recalculate his GPA.
So let's look at the new grades. You can see here that Jack now has 27 points instead of 23 points. We take that 27, we divide it by still 7 classes, and now Jack has a GPA of 3.86.
So, now we're back to what is a high school transcript. High school transcript is a document. It has your name on it. It has every class you took in high school, every grade you made. If you take high school classes in middle school, then it also has all of that information. And this is why it's so important. Take a look at a transcript. This one is from California. It has student took, how many credits they earned, and what their grades are. This goes through all 4 years of high school. Your transcript will look very similar to this when you get one in high school. So who sees your high school transcript? Colleges, because they want to know what kind of student are you. Are you a student that puts forth that extra effort to make an A or a B? Are you responsible? Are you dedicated? Are you committed? Are you a self-starter? Your grades and your transcript says a lot about you. Employers look at them because they want to know whether you're a responsible worker or not. Also, scholarship committees will look at them and say, hey, does this person have a grade point average that matches up with the scholarship that we're trying to give? Let's take a look at what colleges are looking for with your grade point average. This right here is a list of colleges in Virginia. If you look over here on the left, we have Norfolk State University. The average student, the students that are being accepted to Norfolk State have an average of 2.9 grade point average. Again, remember, a 4.0 is perfect. Take a look at Hampton University. That's a 3.49. Students that get admitted to Hampton University have an average of 3.49 grade point average. So with this information, which one do you think it's going to be more difficult to get into? Hampton University or Norfolk State University? Here's some other colleges in Virginia. Here's a very popular one, Regent University. It's right down the street from us. They want a 3.50 grade point average to get in. Over here, we have College of William and Mary. They want a 4.24 grade point average to get in. That's beyond perfect. Just so you're aware, you can get a higher grade point average from a 4.0 than a 4.0 if you take advanced placement classes, which essentially are college classes when you're in high school, just as you're taking high school classes when you're in middle school. So the question is, as a middle school student, who should expunge a grade? Students, number one, students who are unhappy with their final grade this school year. I had students from term one who expunged a C in Algebra 1 Honors because they knew that they could get much better than a C. So they chose to expunge the grade, which took it off the transcript, which made it look like it never happened. They are now scheduled to take Algebra 1 honors in summer school, and their hope is that they make an A in it, which will bring up their grade point average. Another person who may want to expunge a grade in middle school are students who would like to retake a course and try for a better grade next school year. That's pretty much what the person did because they were unhappy with their final grade this school year. So it's the same example. They're retaking Algebra 1 honors in summer school and trying to get a better grade. Also, students who do not believe they have a firm foundation in the course. Have you ever made a grade in any course and said to yourself, I have no clue how I made a B. I had no clue what was going on the entire school year. Sometimes this happens. If you don't believe that you have a firm foundation in the course, especially math, then you may want to expunge the grade and retake the class. Remember, you can only expunge a grade in middle school. So if you're an 8th grader now's the time to expunge your grade. Because once you get into high school, you can no longer expunge grades from